I am the way through this. Hey, man, would you be known? My video store is open. I thought everything was closed. I was like, my video store is open. Oh, baby, it's like Christmas. Just like Christmas. What's up? We back, baby. StreamYard, we back. Y'all wanted me to come on StreamYard. Well, here we are. Michelle's daughter. If I had a quota for every time I've seen Michelle's daughter, I'm going to be on the Catfish TV show. They're going to be like, here's Michelle's daughter. Hey, Carcino. Hope you ain't disappointed. I'll be, ah! 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 I know it's rough. Hey, but it happens, right? You know, I was thinking, what if I was Michelle's daughter? You know, I get to escape out of my body. Oh, man, that'd be crazy. I need moderators. I have moderators. So now let's get to the gist of why we are here. The NBA are now going through a lot of changes, and you guys are going to want to stay abreast to the new changes that are happening here. So definitely stay tuned, keep in contact, because all of this is very important for all of you to know, especially if you're ticket holders, season ticket holders, or you're thinking of you want to get season tickets. This might mean something to you down the road. Oh, we got the Dwight Howard story too that's coming up in Patreon very soon. Yeah, so we explained the whole Suge Knight situation over there. What's up, Twizzo? Now, a lot of people saw my video I did earlier with James Harden. Don't worry, on the Patreon, probably tomorrow, we're going to do a live stream with Kobe, James Harden over there. And that's going to be crazy because you're going to actually get to see footage. Now, here's what's happening right now so that you can understand. The NBA is getting ready to make changes. And the changes that they're going to make right now, the changes they're going over right now it's not about this season, okay? They're already planning the season is coming back. They're going to finish out this season. Don't even worry about it. Season will be finished. Because there's too much sponsorship dollars out there for them to lose. They will have to pay back to the companies that they don't want to. Sorry about that. They don't want to lose that sponsorship money. So the season will resume. Everyone believes that it's gonna be over, and that's just it. No, if the NBA got to play in a closet, they will play basketball somewhere where they're going to put it on television and get that advertisement money. They are not going to let that money go away. No. The season shall return. No matter what somebody else is telling you, the season is going to return some way in some fashion. It might not be what you're used to. Might be 3 people on be a 3-on-3 and be like, you can't get near them. Don't worry. Start next season in February. That's nuts. But Christmas, hey, you don't want to lose that Christmas money. So they're thinking of starting next season. What's up, Malika Hill? They want to start next season in December and have a short season. Now, that's the kicker. They want to reduce season. Because with a reduced season, all you guys get to do, if you want to come in, is hit the button, of course. And you can come on in here. Now, with a reduced season, they were already looking into cutting down some of the games. So now you're looking at, if you start the season on Christmas, you're going to be looking at maybe 60, 70 games, period. You've cut out what? They're going to come back. They normally start basketball in October, November, around that time. So you cut out about 16 games out of the season next year. So you're looking at 70-something games. Then you start your playoffs. You're right back on schedule. This is what the league was looking to do anyway and try to reduce some games. Now you can look to do that anyway. What's up?
What's up? What's up? You can call me G Money if you want, Carcino. How you doing?
All right, I'm good. G Money. What's good with you? So how do you feel about this NBA situation?
This whole coronavirus has ruined everything. It's just no games. I mean, hey, even though we get classic games going on, you wish you would have watched present games because look at the storylines we've had so far. You know, the Milwaukee Bucks resurging, the Lakers being top of the West. You know, the Memphis Grizzlies being a surprise team, the Oklahoma City Thunder overachieving this year. You know, we've been having some great stories this year.
Yeah, well, the thing is that it'll come back. The thing is, you're right. We are missing out on that. It's a lot of people missing out on money, but it's a health situation. So for it to be a pandemic the way it is, I can understand why they're going in the route they're going. So it makes sense for them to do it that way for somebody's health. What's up, Garden Boy? What's good?
What they do, player?
What's going on, man?
We sitting here with G Money.
G Money, what they do?
Good, man. How you doing, Garden Boy?
I'm at work trying to get this money, G Money.
All right. At least you can work. At least you can work. I don't even know if any of you are the only one there.
I am.
He's like, it ain't slowing me. Like I'm holding it down.
For real, man.
Yeah, a lot of people missing the game, man. I've been okay with it so far because I got all my old games. I'm watching old highlights. And have you noticed that they are replaying highlights from the olden?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They just showed the Rockets and Blazers game 6.
Yeah, I saw the Heat versus the Spurs. I saw that in real time, and then we saw the Rockets. I mean, not the Rockets. The Golden State versus the
OKC.
The OKC. That was a good one when Steph came back and hit that final one.
Right. That's all you're going to see. I was wondering when they're going to show some new age games, and I was like, when they do, it's going to be Golden State, and they'll show LeBron versus San Antonio.
Yeah. Golden State ran the last couple of years, man.
Right. So all the great games they've been showing has been back from Kobe, Jordan, and even in the Kobe era when they were showing in the early 2000s with the Pistons. That was it. Nothing from like 2006 on, really. They haven't really been showing too much.
Well, that's the Kobe era, so they ain't really trying to, reopen all that. That's the Kobe era.
Yep.
The games go be there, Uncle Carcino. The games go be there.
Oh, that's how I try to keep it, man. What's up, Joe?
Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, player?
What's going on, Joe?
They said they calling you Trevor Ariza, Garden Boy. They said we got Trevor Ariza here. And they calling you G Money. They calling you Zion Williams.
Hey, I'm used to hearing Champ Bailey, man. When I grow my beard, I'm used to hearing Champ Bailey.
I'm doing everything in my power to make sure those degenerates never pick up a ball again.
But Christina, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead, G. What's your question?
Okay. If you were Adam Silver as of right now for the 2019-20 season, will you cancel the season, continue the season, go straight to the playoffs, or finish the regular season? What will you do?
Well, it's the thing is for them, it's a tricky situation because they have a lot. They got 30 owners, and each owner, even though they're not playoff bound, even though it's all his decision and they're not playoff bound, teams want to still collect their money. And even that the Knicks is one of the top earning teams, they're gonna want to play out the rest of their season because they sell out a bunch of tickets and they make a bunch of money. So they're gonna want those 16 games because that's all they got. Then they going home, so they don't want to be out that last 3-4 weeks of basketball. And neither does the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls, like, look, man, we make a lot of money selling this Michael Jordan jerseys and Pippen jerseys, all that stuff here. People still come see the Bulls. They make so much money in merchandise. It's crazy. Now,
hey, I know you're talking about basketball, but real quick, Tom Brady went to Tampa. I'm a Buccaneers fan, huge Buccaneers fan.
Oh,
you think this go run into the NFL season, or you think it'll all be died down by then?
It'll be kind of died down by then. They might move some games back, depending on how it is early on. But you're looking at July, so it's going to be kind of hot then. So that's what they really hoping that it kind of like they got it under control by then. So it may or may not. It's right now. It's a guessing game. They're just waiting on it to get warmer, and the flu season can kind of like go away to see where everybody really is at. They're banking on 2 weeks to try to get this under control. Things should be trying to die down. People should be trying to get ready, But my city's so hard-headed, they don't know how to sit down. They act like they ain't heard nothing on the news. They just they still outside. I'm like, the newspaper say stay at home. Stay at home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the same way everywhere, man.
Chicago don't know how to sit down. They don't know. They don't know what that means. They be like, sit down, mean, you can't go to the store. I'm outside chilling. I'm like, no. Stay in your house, man.
Hey, what's funny though, Carcino? Yeah. At the beginning of the season, the guy from Houston Rockets made that tweet to China, and that kind of, ripped things off. Now all of a sudden, when the virus come off, the NBA is the first organization to shut it down. Ain't that something?
It's crazy.
I mean, I got on my Koofy hat, but it kind of connect dots, don't it?
Well, yeah, but see, the thing is, if they were trying to say they were going to target the NBA, that's kind of hard to do. I mean, it is. If you think about it, that's really just hard to do. It's going to spread out to everywhere. Believe me, other sports have it. They just haven't reported it. That's the thing. They just went and cleaned it up. Like NHL and all those guys, you think they didn't get it? A lot of those guys.
I was looking at that weird. I was like, yo, why is it only NBA players are coming out announcing they got it? No one else.
No one else, because the NBA is more basketball, more contact than most of these other sports. Hockey, they got on gear. They got everything on out there on the ice. It's probably 1 or 2 hockey guys that's out there. They got on a mask. All different kind of things are happening there. It's entirely different. Basketball, you
NBA chest to chest.
You running up and down. You can get staph infection real easy. There, they normally was spraying because before staph infection was flying around like crazy out there, and now they're trying to make it more sanitary. But basketball, you're like an elite, most exposed. Right, you like soccer. Only thing else is soccer, and they're not allowed to use their hands, but they all touch it on each other. A lot of soccer players gotten it, but they didn't report all those because they from other countries and they got different rules, different laws. Plus, the NBA is the most popular on social media. It's not the highest earning sport, but you would think it based off social media because those guys stay on social media.
But you hit a nail the other day with the video you released when you said that they was testing everybody the wrong test. I think they're giving people flu tests instead of actually the corona's test, because you said they had to retest everybody too, didn't you?
Yeah, and the NBA didn't like that. They took my video down, man. Spam.
Yeah, you break a lot of news, player. You break it.
Yeah, they spammed my whole page up. I spent the last 2 days trying to get people to see videos. I was putting videos out, people couldn't even see them. I'm like, man, what's going on here?
You too authentic, man. You can't be controlled. You can't be string pulled. You know, you just too authentic, man.
Man, I'm trying not to be. I'm just trying to be low key.
I'm trying to be low key.
Yeah, they say.
Hey, I remember when I joined your page, you had like 50,000 subscribers, man. You've been doing pretty good, man.
Yeah, I've been trying. So the thing is, but yeah, they had a lot of false positives. And that's why they're not reporting that. It's a lot of false positives that came out during that whole testing. And since they had a bunch of false positives that came up, they were like, man, we might have to retest some people. They were like, look, if somebody's negative and they came back, he's like, yeah, but now how do we know that ain't even positive? Yeah. How do we do that? Because now if we got tests, if it's not accurate, he's like, look, we can't put that out to the press. The test is not accurate. You know, because it's like, look, somebody just had a flu and they just had the regular flu. They didn't have the coronavirus. They thought they did, isolated the person, and then they was like, in a couple of days, he was straight.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you, I spent over $1,500 in the past 8 days on groceries and house goods, man. Y'all better stock up and prepare. Dang. Man, let me tell you, my linen closet, I took all the towels out there and made that a new pantry.
Yeah, you preparing for the apocalypse.
Yes, man, let me tell you. As I always
real
stay
out there,
prepared.
man.
It is.
And that's one thing about me. No, Charles Barkley, his test came back negative. Somebody said, "What's with Charles?" I'm like, "No, Charles didn't have it."
But
what's up, Malika? Malika here.
Do you think they know what to test for? Because it's such a new disease that if they're giving false tests, then the test itself may be so new that they don't know exactly what to hit on to see if you really got it or not.
See, here's the thing about the coronavirus. The virus was actually made with bat and snake. It's a mixture of a bacterial with bat and snake, the two animals that they could tell us in the bacteria. And once it got passed on and it became COVID-19, and that's and what they did was try to basically learn, once they get a virus and they learn how to beat a virus and they come up with a cure, they try to find a way to weaponize it or to use it for their advantage. Because if you have the cure to something and you have the weapon to something, you're basically a god. So now you basically can control how things go. But when things get out of hand or something happens, there's a problem. There's a COVID-20. See, people don't even know that. There's a COVID-20.
It's a 20?
There's a 20. And they're not telling you. There's a lot that people don't know yet.
This rabbit hole go deep, don't it?
Yes, this is COVID-19. There's a COVID-20. Coronavirus has been out for over a year. Don't nobody know that. It's been out for over a year. And they talked about this years, like almost a year ago, when it actually happened, the incident. The reason how it spread it out right now is because it's being weaponized. And what they're doing is just like you have a lot of credit, a lot of debt. Let's say you got a lot of debt, hospital bills over 100 to 200,000. You ain't never gonna pay it off in your life. Nope. Can't do it. Interest rate. What do? You go file for what? Bankruptcy.
Right.
Right, and get all that off your books.
Right.
And you get all of it off your books. So what America is doing right now is filing for bankruptcy. And they finna clear their books and they gonna shut everything down in the economy. What has happened is this happened by accident, and they're taking advantage of what happened accidentally. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. It was supposed to happen in a different format gradually where some areas were shut down. It spread it too fast because they were not aware. They were aware, they ignored it of how serious it was going to spread and how fast, because they would have wanted to contain this to just the poor areas of the neighborhoods. It had already spread it into some of the richest neighborhoods around. So
that's crazy, because my Fidelity account said the U.S. store is closed. Like the stock market is closed. I was like, closed. And then it came up a couple of days later. I lost like $5,000, man. and that's my retirement money. The 401k.
That's why I told people, man, you got to learn how. I've told people, look, I froze all trades, everything. None, everything frozen. Take me down off the books. I know when to get back in. I know when to get back in. People thinking it's the time to buy stuff up. I'm like, dude, you throwing the money into the fire. They might come back when this comes back up. Gold is going to be like 5 times what it's worth. So if you got anything, it's going to be up 5 times. That currency is going to be the strength of everything is gold. Gold will be the top.
That's what I was telling my family.
Commodity. Yep.
That's what I was telling my family. We was buying gold over the weekend. In fact,
yeah,
like, man, this is gonna be like 7.
If you can get anything, get gold.
Get gold.
Gold gonna be the top selling thing when this is all over. And gold will go all the way to the top.
If you don't invest in stocks and bonds, the best place to get gold is the pawn shop.
Yeah,
that's where all the gold is.
Well, it's not. It's yes and no. If
okay.
You know what good
Go ahead and explain.
Gold, and then there's bad gold, because you want anything that's Mexican gold, which is like overseas, which is mostly 14 karat, 24 carats, and 10. But if you get the certain grade of gold, where because you can have gold cover like gold plate, but if you have pure gold, even at 10 karat, and that's that gold they got mostly in Mexico over there that they go out there and get out the mountain. See, I know and that was from over there that was brought me, and my 40-inch gold. Remember, I had that big 40-inch gold chain. That 40-inch was made from Mexico gold.
Damn.
So my chain was worth 4 or 5 times more than somebody who had a 24-inch gold-plated chain. It wasn't even all the way gold. My chain, I had 10 karat, and my 10 karat was the weight of it was more than the carats that they had, because that wasn't all the way gold.
You made Trinidad James look like you were pump faking, huh?
That destroyed his career.
Gold from like Mexico because it's cheaper too. It's cheaper, so you can buy it, in nice big quantities too. Especially if you get scrap gold from there as well.
Yeah,
great places like Guadalajara is a good spot to buy gold in Mexico.
Yeah,
and Hermosillo too. That's another great spot too, and it's cheap.
Yep, and that's what you want to do. If that's what you really want to do. Oh, I didn't even see Uncle Frank was even in here. What's
Uncle
up,
Frank?
Yeah, man.
Man, popping a little Uncle champagne, Frank.
Man. What's good, Uncle?
That's right. Take a swig for the working man.
We got a little bottle right here. We popping champagne. It's a celebration. Another day, I ain't got to watch that bum on the court.
They showed him
Sound like Uncle Frank living that good quarantine life.
Yeah, man. Shit, locked down. Can't get no pearl. My girl won't come over, man. What can I do?
Man, Frank.
Hey, take it out.
I got 2 kids, so I'm like, man, stay in your city. I'm gonna stay in mine. Shit. But what's up with y'all, man? I'm trying to get in this conversation on gold and silver because that's a very good asset to have. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
I disagree when the United States took our dollar off the gold standard. That was a big mistake. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen in like 2007, 2008 with the housing crash, how gold just skyrocketed. You know what I'm saying? The price of silver, maybe an ounce of silver was about $10, $15. It was $50. Price of gold was but $200-$300. It went up to about $1,500. I would definitely recommend to everybody in the chat, go get you a Crown Royal bag and fill it up with some gold and some silver rounds. You can get you some bars. You can get you some maple leaf, some Canadian maples, some silver eagles. Get you some pennies. If you have any 50-cent pieces that are made before 1964, that's 90% real silver. If you got some 50-cent pieces between 1965 and 1970, that's 30% silver. It's worth money.
Yep. Absolutely. And that's why I got I went to the coins. Just 2 weeks ago, I was at the coin shop. They have the coin. I go in there and look for them coins, man. I'm looking for that penny. I need a 1956 penny. I go through all the pennies. But I gotta find the right ones with the right markings. Shoot, that's some big money, big coin, baby.
Yeah, you're looking
Copper,
for anything before
silver.
1964. Anything before 64 is that's 90% silver.
Bet. Say less.
That's how currency used to be determined: gold, silver, and copper. People don't realize copper was used by the Egyptians. That's how they used to determine messages. If it came in copper, all their messages that they sent, all their hieroglyphics that they used to give you was in copper. That's how you knew it came from the Egyptians. It came from their whole regime. So if you had a message in copper, you knew it came directly from them. Copper was used more than gold. They always put them in gold and everything else. I'm like, they wore gold, but that was on special occasions. Copper, they wore all the time. Copper helps your blood circulate through your body. People don't know that. But you ever see copper fit? Do you see why they use copper fit? And they say these socks here, they help with your circulation because it has copper. Copper is proven to make your body, your blood flow in your system faster. And it blocks.
I don't know if Brett Favre was on those commercials you talking about.
Yeah,
Brett Favre pad. Yeah.
So yeah, they got like, we put lines of copper in there. And they was like, well, why is it called copper? Because copper helps you in your circulation. They knew that thousands of years ago in the Egyptian paradise. That's why you saw them with on their wrists and on their forearms and their joints, they would wear copper. All those wrappings around them and their wrists.
So that wasn't gold, that was copper.
No, it was copper. They only wore gold.
I always thought it was gold.
That makes sense. Right. That makes sense. They wore a lot of body armor.
Right. They wore gold on special occasions. Like if it was a special presentation, then they would wear gold. Like if it's right, you getting dressed up, you're gonna be rocked out in gold. But when they normally would go out, they wore copper. All their messages was on copper. And that's how you knew it. That's like royalty. That's like saying, okay, that's the seal of the Egyptians. You got it on copper.
Right.
Nobody else had it. That's how valuable. And even all these years now, silver, gold, and copper will always make you money.
Yeah. Yeah,
no matter where.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Hey, you know what's crazy though about gold and silver is when you talk about platinum, the rappers wearing all the platinum medallions and chains, they really drove the price up.
Yep.
Early 2000s. The price of platinum went up solely because all these rappers started wearing platinum chains and everything.
Yep, absolutely right. You remember when?
So we have a lot of power we don't even know about. We affect the market in ways we don't even know about. Most niggas wouldn't even know that, you know, the price of platinum went up during that time.
Distracted by something shiny. With any little distraction will throw us right off. We see something, we'll all know we have this power and then still go do something stupid. And go run to somebody else, and you be like, well, why'd you do that for, man? You know what he doing, man. I ain't gonna get involved. Yeah, but we were just talking about doing this and coming up with our own system. They will always find a way, and it's always a weak brother that ain't gonna go along with the plan.
Hey, Carsino, you remember when Pop kept talking about that third passion, that Alizé? Man, you can't find nobody drinking no Alizé because it ain't popping no more. Ain't no rappers talking about it.
Nah, ain't nobody. I about they made Alizé. He made Alizé so popular at that time. He should have had a percentage from Alizé.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, they should have had
Alizé, but
I didn't even think they made Alizé no more.
Yeah, you know that
still has on the shelves with dust on it. They got dust bunnies on it.
Man, I can't wait. I'm gonna go check it out one time when these stores open up. I was glad my video store's still open. I'm like, everybody's supposed to be closed and my video store open. That's what's up.
So what's the weather like in Illinois right now?
Yeah, it's about a good 50, 40 degrees.
Mm-hmm. We just hit high 80s today, man.
Okay, see, we need that out here.
Here in Jersey, we just
get some of these germs out of here.
Yeah,
we just hit 80 degrees here in Jersey on Friday, then it went right back to 50.
Somebody said, old man, book about this topic. Woo, dude, you gonna have me go upstairs. Man, I got books that you wouldn't even believe exist.
Oh yeah. Hey, I just brought a new book. I got that the Human Nature book by Robert Greene.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a decent one. Robert Greene, but the thing is, Robert Greene's what he's talking about don't apply. He forgets the color issue.
Oh,
Robert Greene's good, but he forgets the color issue. I'll be like, that's great if you white.
Yeah, it's smart detailing, yeah. But then when you touch the book, you realize, oh, I'm still a nigga.
Right, exactly.
Man, a good book on this topic would be The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, The Fall of America.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a really easy, simple book to understand, especially for the brothers. Really simple and plain.
Right.
Yep. Definitely do that.
Yeah. Message to the Black Man. I read that.
Yeah, I mean,
Message to the Black Man, Science of Time. I've read all his work.
Farrakhan is the same thing. He knows everything, but it's now he's more, into what, it's a whole different type of Farrakhan now. He's more like
Scientology, Jewish Scientology Farrakhan, Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly.
He an old man. He need another person like Elijah had him and Malcolm. He needs somebody now to carry his message because he out of touch with people.
Well, no, he had the guy, but he was Khalid Abdul Muhammad was his guy, but it got out of control.
Yeah.
It got out of control, and he wasn't. Once he saw Farrakhan was moving to a whole beat of a new drum, and he was like, "Man, dude, what is you doing? We're supposed to be going to war. Let's go to war." He's like, "Look, man, I got too much money out here."
Malika said her phone battery, she missed the topic.
Oh man.
She better get her.
Tell Malika to hop on the panel.
S20.
Hey, tell Malika she can make history. She could be the first chick on the panel.
Yeah, that's the first chick of Cartoon
has
for
there
Life.
ever been a girl on the panel?
I think we had one girl before. I might be mistaken.
Wait, when did Billy get on the chat? I don't remember. You said one girl. I don't remember Billy getting on.
No, it was another one.
Bravo.
I don't think Billy's I think he kind of got like both parts. he she.
Hey, hold on. Let me tell Uncle Carsino a little bit about himself real quick, bro. I've been trying to get up with you for the longest, but check this out. Some stories you used to tell back in 2013, 2014, when you was just doing the still films. I mean, you just not, see, they don't know. I was there when I was like 40,000 subscribers. Your videos used to be just still pictures and you used to just talk in the background. Now you more interactive with everybody. But anyways, man, I used to be at work listening to your videos, and I'm talking about everything you used to say used to be on point. It was stories I used to hear from the magazines, but you had more details to it. All the missing holes and the missing pieces. And I was like, dang, I knew it was something behind all that. The summer jam stuff
I
with
used to
Nas
listen to
and
his
Jay-Z,
videos when I was
everything.
in high school.
Oh yeah, Nas and Jay-Z.
All the
That's how
hip-hop beefs. I loved it all, man.
All that beef. That's the real back in the days.
Yeah.
Casino for life. When
He'd have
y'all
a
go
picture
back
of
in his
two.
playlist,
He have a
go
picture
back to
the two
you see his
hip-hop
smile
artists
now.
and just
You
tell
ain't
the story
never
between them two.
Casino back then, dog. You used to just be like, man, this dude. No, what the hell you talking about? Who is this dude? And he
Yeah, I'm like, man. My friend told me about him. I'm like, man, who is this guy?
Most of that stuff is on. If you on the Patreon, you already seen some of that today. So
yeah.
So we went and covered everything. We did the whole Suge Knight thing, and now you know why a lot of this stuff happened.
That picture you took with Suge, you was young as hell, man.
Yeah,
but you look the same. That
was about
you don't look that much different. You don't
about 14 years ago. About 14 years ago. That's back when Suge was trying to extort his way into the boxing game. Yeah, he was trying to get in the box.
I remember this one video you posted and you had that picture and people was hating in the comments. They thought you photoshopped yourself And
They
that
always
business.
gonna say that. They always
Hey.
gonna say that.
Hey,
Like,
my
CeeLo
favorite
trying to
one.
look tough.
My favorite one was Casino was talking about honeys, and they was like, "You ain't got no honey." He started putting pictures of him chilling at tables with two of them in a suit, holding both of them. I said, "Dang, now you can't underestimate a book by its cover. Homeboy got some game if he rolling like that now."
I mean, dude,
Oh, you knew
Floyd
he had some
Mayweather.
game when he would
Floyd
do the series
Mayweather
with
was
the.
the guy. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Floyd Mayweather was the guy we rode with. I'm like, if I'm rolling with Floyd, how the world? We in the boxing game, we cover boxing, dude. It's a perk of the business when you cover boxing. All these girls want to get close to the fighters, and we be like, we got access. Come on down, babe. Come on down. I'm like, you know how all
My
these
man
reality
Casino
show
said,
girls, we ran through these chicks that they didn't make the show. They were trying to get on the show.
My man
CeeLo did this
Casino
one
said,
video. It was
if I
like a
had-
minute long, and he was like, "How to smash it." Then he went back and I took I think it was a grape, and then just dipped
Oh
out
yeah,
of
the
there.
smash it. I wasn't gonna stay
Oh yeah, that
there.
was a classic.
I ain't
That
finna
was
stay
hilarious.
there.
Hey, the
But he
classic
went
one
back
was,
and took some. That's what made me
Yeah,
like.
man, they were my favorite grapes.
hey, this the classic right here. Where the hoes at, M? Where the hoes? If I had $100 million, I'd be flying all the hoes in. Dog. You'd be like,
Right.
Casino got all the hoes. You damn right I got.
No, he
See, now
was
that was
talking about doing the song with Rihanna. Rihanna was flashing at him. He was like, "I'm so afraid." Come on, man.
yeah.
My man said, where the hoes at, M? If I had $100 million, you know I got some hoes.
Right, you would know I got it. You would know what's
If I
going
had as
on.
much money as you, M,
Right. You got M on top of M's. I'll be like, that's right, M and M. That's right. I got millions on top of millions. Come on in, baby. That chick you saw on TV last week, I'm gonna have her hit tomorrow.
Yeah. My man said, I'm flying all the Instagram.
2 episodes. I'll be like, who was she?
kicked off
From
YouTube
Powell.
so quick.
Man, I would have been, ain't no way. I've been down to $35. I'll be like, I'm down to $35
I
already.
believe you. I believe you. I believe you. What happened to it, boy? Hey, you be waiting for that stimulus package to hit real soon.
That's gonna have to be one heck of a package. I'm going to $150 in a week.
Hey, you weren't lying when you say all reasons and things come from either a female or friendship. You was right about that too, man. When you say you and your boys are on your hood story, it's always started off from a female. I say, dang, you never lied, man.
It always. Right now, dog. It's a pandemic going on. My boy's still trying to creep on his homeboy's girl. I'm like, dog, what kind of?
Yo, see no OG
Who, Tori and LaBelle?
Yeah, like
Oh no, it ain't
It's
Tori
dark
LaBelle
between
at all.
friendships. It's always trying to mess with them.
Still trying to get up.
Yeah. You can run, but you can't hide. Yeah,
he's
you
like,
see this,
man,
you can run, but you can't hide.
You know how she get. She all sensitive about about getting in there and being in her house. I'm just gonna be over there with her so she can have somebody to talk to, so she don't go crazy.
Come on, player. Yeah, man, you can't be a scumbag.
I'm
Can't
like,
be a scumbag.
That's the oldest one in
watching
the
his
book,
girl.
bro.
She is right. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna give her somebody to talk to. I'm like, you got a phone, she can call you. If she want to talk to you, dog, you don't gotta be over at the house.
You don't be on that PlayStation 4, Casino?
Once in a blue moon, man. I be too busy doing this and everything else. I'm trying to watch and see what's happening with all this because I'm like the pharmaceutical. That's exactly what my money is going to. I ain't invested in no bank. I already know that's the dead end. I ain't going down there at all. No banks.
Right.
I'm like, why would I invest in a bank? You know what they do to brothers?
They take your shit and run.
when it comes available to us, they're like, man, we can own a bank. We can get some stock in a bank. I'll be like, that's a bad investment, dog. Don't state banks. The banking system is done. I'm like, don't you go to your bank now and you see one teller? It'd be like, everybody empty in the whole bank. I'm like,
that's how Walmart be looking, dog. That's how Walmart be looking. That's why I don't go to Walmart no more. I go to Target.
I went there.
I'm like, they closing banks. I'm like, they closing banks. I'm like, the big name banks, because I'm like, they have not recovered from 2008 when the Lehman Brothers crashed. I'm like, they've not recovered from that. Countrywide, all these other big banks, I'm like, when they give you something, they don't want it no more. When Obama became president, I said, yep, they don't want it no more. Now look what we got after him. They don't want it no more. President don't mean nothing no more.
You're right. Real talk.
Hey, you're right, because they're building a brand new Chase Bank in my area. 2 of them. And they building them the same way. Nothing but AI technology and one teller system.
Yeah, they built one. They were one close to my neighborhood too.
Yeah, it's the same Chase Bank or it's a different bank?
No, it says Chase.
It's Chase, Chase. I don't know what's up with Chase. I guess they're in that futuristic shit, man. Oh, excuse my language.
I've seen a couple of ads.
That's what they into right now. They're trying to keep everybody bottled up into this same system. They're knowing they got to rechange their whole structure because the banking system is failing. One, because they still giving out bogus home loans. They just renamed it. And they finna have the same thing they had before that caused the economic crash, giving out those bad loans, those ninja loans. No income, no job application. I'm serious. No job. That's how they do it. No income, no job application.
Hey, I'm about to write that shit down.
It's crazy, man. A lot of stuff down here too, like the gentrification. It's happening a lot down here in North Carolina, man. They, especially around Duke, they moving us out and they coming in, man. They paying straight cash.
Oh man, you think it's better to own or rent, Casino?
It depends on the situation. Right now, rent. If you got a house, it depends on what your investment plan is and what you planning on doing. If you just somebody who just gonna have a house and that's just all you really want is a house, then just find the right house. You can afford it, buy it, and you'll be okay. You can afford everything. You just want you a house. That's it. But if you're in the business prospect of it, I would find a place, rent it, and then try to own something else that you can make money off of. Something that's in a good area that you can like rent out to somewhere. It don't have to be that expensive. I would save my money for that. Like once you get your income tax money back, use that money to invest into buying some real estate property like homes and stuff that you can rent out to other people. Because that's what you don't want to pay your own rent. You don't want to be paying your own mortgage for a house that you ain't staying at. Right. And you can always find somebody that's in an area that's like highly populated. Because you can find an area where the income level is not really, like the income levels maybe 30, 40,000. Somebody's making the most in that area. But you could make a killing in that area. If you own real estate property in the right areas, that's what the rich people do. The white people, they own a lot of stuff in the ghetto in the hood. But people in the Chinese store, you see a Chinese store in every ghetto in America, but do you see the Chinese people living there? No.
Nope. That's real.
They get up and they leave. They get up.
My dad did it with my grandmother's house. He when she passed, they kept it in the family and they flipped it and they got somebody renting it now.
Right.
I ain't seeing none of the money, but they getting the money back in return.
Right. That's why they started this reverse mortgage thing, so that there are people that can end up tricking older people out their houses. That's how they got my grandfather. They got him reverse mortgage, and he didn't tell nobody. That's just how he do. And when he passed away, and everybody else got to deal with it now. So now the bank own it, right? You could have owned your house and all those years of paying for nothing. You get a change saying you can go on vacation, you can do this, you can do that.
Hey man, go wash your goddamn hands digging in your nose, man.
Sorry for that. My fault. Sorry.
You know how much coronavirus is out here,
Come
man.
on, Zion.
My
He
fault.
said, "Come on,
Get
Zion."
money. What's good, man? What's really good, Get money, man? You over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Finesse in. I'm sorry, Finesse. I think Finesse, you still out there. You can get
Come
in.
on.
I was trying to get.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, player? What's good?
What's up?
What's going on,
We
Stephen?
chilling around the campfire with Uncle Carsino.
Hey, this might sound crazy, guys, but this coronavirus shit, bro, it's gonna lead to
Reflecting old
martial law,
stuff.
bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Man.
What you think about that, Carsino? Martial law or what?
So this is why this whole coronavirus shit is going on, right? So the reason why all the stores are closing early, and the reason why is this social distancing BS is because martial law is about to go into is about to go into effect like tomorrow, like everybody. Because think about it, California went into martial law, New York went into martial law. So why do you think where you live at is is going to be excluded? So just get ready, bro.
Well, the thing is if you talking about the state shutting down, well, we already in a state shutdown here in where I'm at now. I'm in Illinois. We're in a state shutdown. So the thing is
I'm in California. We have a stay in place order, but we're not under martial law. I mean,
right. Martial law that's like FEMA camps, and you put behind cages and stuff. That's not going to happen. The thing is we're not at that point where that's going to happen. When you're talking martial law, that's like basically you caged in, you can't go nowhere. Like I can get in my car and drive right now. Only thing is what we're doing is basically quarantining ourselves. Yeah, exactly.
If you go somewhere, where you gonna go? Everything's shut down and closed.
Exactly. That's why they saying they doing that so that you can go home and stay home so you don't get people sick. The whole goal is to keep people from gathering in bunches. That's the whole thing, because they don't want you to be in spaces of people more than 10. So it's not just to say we want to keep you in the house. It's just to keep you confined from getting into big, large groups of people. And one person there could get that whole group sick. And then we right back where we started again. So you want to reduce having people of more than 10 being in the area together. And how you do that?
What I text you the other day, what I was doing with my time. I said, hey man, I'm spring cleaning. You got to find something to do with your time, man.
Oh man,
I'm
doing a lot. I ain't just watching Netflix. I'm busy all day, but that's what I'm saying about the martial law. That's what that's for. But even in that standard alone, the only thing that will always be open is gas stations, grocery stores, and pharmacies. Those three will never close.
Right.
Well, that's part of the pharmacy. But yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Those would never close.
And you know what's crazy?
You can't shop at a hospital, but you know what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah, I work.
That's why I told you, best in pharmaceutical medicines. That's when that stock market comes back to where you can go back to buying stock. When it's open up, get pharmaceutical medicines. That's where you're gonna make your money.
And toilet tissue.
Yep, that's where you're gonna make your money.
I agree with what you said, Sino, about the coronavirus being a weapon, because when you think about it, like you said, people knew about it a year ago, right? So why is that all of a sudden, if it has been out for a year, why is it all of a sudden everybody, just all of a sudden getting? Why nobody was affected by it a year ago, but all of a sudden this person got it and this person got it. You know what I mean? Like it. You know what I mean?
People had it, and they were working on it in the lab. It was accidental what happened. They had it. The thing is that they keep this stuff in labs too. And what happened is with testing in the valve, something went wrong in the valve, and people were going to use it as a weapon to mostly the poor people in the poor communities in those areas, affect them. Then when they're affected, then the housing market, the stores close, is mostly in the poor areas and not in the rich areas. It's kind of contained. It broke a containment because it leaked and got way out of control, and it got to places it shouldn't have gotten to, and it bankrupted basically the entire United States. What they wanted to do was have it mostly affect poor communities. For people who are making good money, it's not going to affect a lot of them.
So you're saying it's man-made?
It went in reverse. The rich people were affected basically immediately, and then it's starting to trickle down to people. And they're like, well, it got out of control because when they could have started, they didn't want to cause panic. So they could have shut down beaches. They could have shut down like groups of parties and all these things here because they didn't think it was that contagious. Besides, they have been working secretly on the, I told y'all in San Diego in the lab, they got 2 companies that basically got the cure. It was a vaccine. So, but you don't know.
Hold on. So are you saying this disease is man-made?
Yeah, it's not man-made. It happened when you mix up like animals and things. That's why it happens and spreads a lot in China.
You said it was like bats.
It's snake and bat. It's a snake and bat,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video a few months ago of somebody was boiling a bat and they was about to eat it. So I think that I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They eat bat. They cook everything. They
all bat meat. What they call those the wet market? Don't they call those the wet market?
Yeah.
So
they're over there and who name or whatever, they chopping meat up all the time. And they got dog mixed with cat and all that kind of stuff.
Man, they smoking in the kitchen, they drinking in the kitchen, they sleeping in the kitchen.
It's outside like in a park somewhere. Everybody out kicking it.
But that ain't how Americans get down. We got our stuff. You can't go to a restaurant without seeing the grade percentage of the inspection. It's always 90% or better. Give you some idea that these people clean or not. They ain't got that over there. They ain't got the type of regulations over there.
Hey man. Then again, when you sit down at the table eating, you don't know what those cooks are doing behind those closed doors, man. Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Just call it making a bomb on Sino Live. What's up, Malika?
No, the thing is that it got out of control, but the thing is that there's a COVID-20. They
I was about to ask. So if there's a COVID-20, what does that mean for next year?
A COVID-20 is one that you haven't even seen. It's way more stronger and potent than the COVID-19. The COVID-20, they've already got that in the lab. They got a cure for it and everything. But people have had the COVID-20. That's way more powerful. What that does is when it hits your lungs, you start feeling it. It causes your lungs to start bleeding in a couple of days.
What they call that? Internal bleeding, right? It goes.
Once you get that, it starts slowing you. It's hard to breathe, almost effective immediately. Your lips turn purple, and once your lips start turning purple, because you're not getting a lot of oxygen, and your lips start turning purple, that's when they want you to go into the hospital. That's COVID-20. That's the next level. We ain't
we gonna get that next year.
COVID-20, then we already know that's when people start like in a week. They can't breathe right away. They got to go to the hospital. That's when it's really bad. That's really out. When you get COVID-20,
so if we get that next year, what's gonna be next? COVID-21?
No, we ain't gonna make it to 20. COVID-21 is basically as soon as you get it from anybody, we're gonna be wearing masks forever if we get to COVID-21. Because COVID-20 is the most dangerous that we've seen.
What's crazy about 2020 so far, man?
It was only they contained that. It was in China and some in Japan, but it was contained early. They have a cure for a vaccine that they're working on to try to, but it leaves you scarred. You have most of the people who got that ended up with the condition, what they call sarcoidosis or whatever, when your lungs, you have the lung condition. So if you survive it, so COVID-20, you'll end up having permanent scarring on your lungs, where you got like scab, and every time you breathe deep, you opening up the scabs. So it's really bad.
Speaking of cures, Chris, I feel like there are a lot of cures for a lot of diseases, but the problem is, where's the money gonna come from in the pharmaceutical industry if you give people who are suffering from cancer and all these illnesses the cure? If you give them the cure, you're not gonna get the money. The doctor's not gonna get their money. The pharmaceutical industry is not gonna get their money. So I don't know, man. What do you think?
Yeah, well, it's not.
Well, that's a lot of different industries, not just pharmaceuticals. The breast cancer industry. I mean, all industries it's not designed. Let's be honest. It's not designed to make you better. It's to get you. They'll put you on something.
Temporary.
They'll say, we're putting you on this to take care of this and that, but it has these side effects. So they cure you, but then you have these other side effects. Then they got to get you some more shit. So you know what I'm saying? It's their job to make money. It's not so much that they want to heal you to be healthy. They just want to keep you coming back to fix it, but get you hooked on something else. That's really all the industry is about.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, and don't forget, man, they can't make money off you if you're not here. So they want to they want to keep you.
Yeah, they can. They can. They can make money off you if you're not here. If you're stupid, if you're a young, healthy black male, you're 21 years old, but you a stupid motherfucker. You out there in the streets doing whatever. You robbing people, and somebody done came killed you. They gonna come and take your organs. They gonna take your heart, take your liver, and they gonna give it to some old 80-year-old rich billionaire.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who needs another surgery? So yeah, they can. They can.
I agree with that.
His body was found rolled up, bro. That's a perfect example right there. The young man in Florida who his body was found like rolled up. That's what they did to him, man.
Oh,
right. And they had a young man in St. Louis when the family came to get to view his body. His the insides were filled with newspaper. And they had the funeral home say, you got to ask the coroner. The coroner says you got to ask the funeral. They've been in cahoots for years on the black market, selling our organs of our young black men who are dying out there in these streets.
That's been going on. I mean, Van Damme showed you that back in the 90s or the 80s, rather, with Death Warrant. I was like, man, Jean-Claude Van Damme is showing us this in the 80s, baby. What was happening in the prison system? Van Damme was out.
Man.
Man, hey, what you have? You working at the power plant? What the hell are you?
He looking like Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
He look like a black Bob the Builder.
You work at the power plant? Now I work at a chemical plant, man. I'm an engineer.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Look at him. He in there know all about it. That's why he want to know about all this. He's like, look, let's talk about COVID-19.
Yeah, what's funny is what you said that COVID-20 does. We got a chemical out here called epidioleline. It's hard to spell. I ain't gonna try.
Right.
But it does the same thing you said it does. It's respiratory failure, and it makes your lungs go frivolous. You know, like filters, like cloth. That's what your lungs will do if it get that stuff inside of it. So your respiratory, you got like maybe 15 seconds to get some clear air in y'all. You know, you dead. You done.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I'm like, they said that COVID-20 it would turn your lips purple. Like almost a bluish purple. I'm like, man, what is it? Weed in there or something? Oh, I don't want to survive that and get purple lips.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be real hard. So what's the next step for you, Carsino, man? I see you got your podcast popping, your page. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all a secret about Uncle Carsino. Somebody gave him the game because he was giving the game away for free for a long time. So everybody should go ahead.
Yeah,
and
TK Kirkland gave Carsino the game
because he's been giving away the game for free for a long. I've been with him since 2013. He just not caught on to the Patreon. Everybody else been had a Patreon.
Yeah.
He been hooking us up for a long hood stories. One Crack News, all that stuff, man. Y'all gotta support our brother, man. Y'all gotta support our brother. Screen Feed, y'all gotta support him, man. He been giving the game away for too long for free. Now he asking for a little change. It ain't nothing, man. It ain't nothing.
The very first video I saw was when you did the one on Nas and the Nas and Jay-Z beef. That's the very first video I saw.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I had been around for like about 5 years before that.
Yeah.
But that's what got everybody in there. And the reason why I made that is like I told you, I was DJ Vlad interviewed what's his name? Memphis Bleak, and Memphis Bleak was lying up and down the storm. I saw like, yeah, Nas beef started because of me. And I'm like, what? What the heck are you talking about? So somebody in the comments was saying something like, yeah, because Ether, that song Ether went nothing but lies, and Jay-Z And I said, what? And I went in the comment section and I broke down the entire last verse of Nas' Ether song and explained everything was true. Every line he said, I put down where it happened and what was true about it. And I was like, true. This fact.
And you had to
I
realize,
so
man, people really don't know
so
about
many
this.
people click and like that comment is what led to the video. I said, man, I had like about at least 400, 500 comments, like likes on the comment. Like, dude, you can't even respond to that. It was like,
Right.
Do a video.
You know, Rockefeller niggas, they good for lying, man. They good for lying.
he was lying. And I was like, man,
You give them a certain amount of checks, they gonna lie.
Yeah, so I said, let me go ahead and do the truth, because even Nas and Jay-Z was lying. When they did this, when they sat down with dude with the twisted hair, what's his name?
Sway.
The guy that got the talk show Sway. Yeah, when they sat there with Sway, I'm like, these two just sitting here lying up a storm.
they Jay-Z pole riders, you know what I mean? So
that's why they started laughing when they sat down. They were laughing at each other. They looked at each other and started laughing. I was like,
what was so funny was I was like, nah, dog, there gotta be somebody out here who know how to tell the story. I just started like just researching, like, you know, this person versus that person, and that's how I came across your page. It was like Casino for Life, the truth behind. You was the first person. You should have trademarked that, brother. The truth behind is yours. You created that.
Go ahead and trademark it, Casino.
You created it.
It's a whole lot of stuff going on with that, but we can't even talk about it. That's the thing. I can't even talk
all good. But
talk
if you Google right now, the truth behind Casino for Life comes up.
Yep.
Casino presents the truth behind. Yep.
Yeah, man, it was crazy because when I started
the truth behind and trademark the old man Bron.
Yeah, man, I started doing that.
Hey, man.
I told
Speaking
you,
of him on Facebook,
over the music.
On Facebook, they got people starting to post LeBron's football career in high school. I'm like, don't nobody want to see that.
He posted that himself on his Instagram.
Man, that's whack. That's whack.
Look, man,
he was telling a story about how these guys kept me off the field my senior year.
Until you broke it down one day. You broke it down. You said, yeah, you know, after this game, he started.
Y'all know LeBron got to stay relevant, man.
He was doing that. But you go hard on LeBron, though, man. You go too hard on him sometimes.
Nah, no, I don't go hard enough. I don't go hard enough. I mean, every day he proved me right. That's the thing about it. LeBron always gonna prove you right.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Well,
That's the thing about LeBron. I was young, and I thought he was really good.
Nah. The thing is, the dude has no moves. Wait a minute. He has no moves.
Yeah, I thought he was good because I
seen
him. Yeah, you would see him like jumping over people and doing all these dunks. But when I started actually watching the game and watching Cino, I'm like, wait a minute. This guy really
okay. Now Cino broke that down. Allegedly, remember that lab that came out and had LeBron on the list? You was talking about that, Cino? When you remember when you said LeBron was getting not some steroids but some performance enhancement? The dude had LeBron on the list. You broke that down. The
Biogenics lab in Miami.
Biogenics.
That's why he's bald now. That's why he ain't got no hair now.
5-inch vertical leap out of nowhere. Remember that when he went to the Heat?
Yeah,
you broke that down. Down.
Yeah, and then the lab closed the next season. LeBron showed up all skinny, looking like a crackhead.
That dude hairline was like, I'm out of here.
Bro, I've never seen another basketball player wear a headband that high on his head. I'm like, dude, what is going on?
The headband all the way up the head.
Now I ain't gonna lie, on the court, LeBron, he ain't got Michael Jordan. It's Michael hands down. But overall, we ain't never had an athlete like LeBron as far as building schools, family man, more personal in his life. He's like that first athlete that gave us that access. You know what I mean? Can you agree on that or not?
No, because we had other athletes that was doing that. They just didn't highlight them. I mean, the thing is, LeBron is a scumbag, but he's just good at keeping it quiet.
When you say LeBron, think of Kobe. When you say LeBron,
he built Nike.
When you bring on LeBron, talk about Kobe. Don't talk about him.
Got to pay for that school. The state got to pay for that school, bro. There you go. Kobe
what about the school that Kevin Durant built?
You want another one?
There you
Want
go.
another one? Want another one? Right there.
All right, let's keep it real. That school LeBron built was a tax
Want
write-off.
another one?
They
Right there.
always try to paint LeBron as a social advocate,
Want another
but he
one?
doesn't never just come
Right
out
there.
by himself and just make a stand for a cause. He waits
Right
till
there.
something is popping. Colin
You
Kaepernick
can
is
put all
popping.
that in the
Then he
frame,
wants to
dog.
say something.
Right
The
there.
Put all
MLB,
that
the
in the
Major
frame.
League Baseball with the Astros.
Yeah.
He wants to wait till that's on ESPN. Then he wants to say something. He doesn't have the balls or the audacity of a Muhammad Ali to really just come out and really tell you what it is, how it is, straight up, raw, unfiltered. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be like Muhammad Ali, go on TV and say the white man is the devil. You know, things along that line. So
He ain't
you
gonna
can't
talk
really
about
compare. You
LeBron
can't
either.
compare LeBron to some of these athletes in the
Yeah.
60s and the 70s.
He ain't
Of
gonna bring
course,
up
man.
his favorite team, the Cleveland Browns.
LeBron
either.
is
He ain't gonna talk about
controlled.
Cleveland Browns. That's for
LeBron
sure.
is controlled. LeBron is being controlled, and he's being controlled on what he can say and what he can't say by these corporations that are paying him, sponsors, Nike, Sprite, McDonald's. You know, come on, man. You know the game. You know the game.
Yeah, China
He got
shut
the
him up.
machine behind him, man. LeBron got the machine behind him. But Carcino, you got a lot of points on how you break down LeBron. I get that. But as far as overall and totality, to me, he's my favorite player because overall, outside of the basketball life, I feel like I got more of a personal relationship. He's a father. I'm a father. Like on his live the other night, he was kissing
I
his
won
daughter.
too.
She's sitting on the
I
lap.
got twins.
I be playing PlayStation. My daughter sitting on my lap, bothering and bugging me. You know what I mean? Like I can relate to that. I couldn't get that out of Jordan, Tracy McGrady, Iverson. You know what I mean? All I got was the bad stuff and what the press wanted us to hear. With this new generation of technology and stuff, it ain't nothing for a man to go on his phone and say, "Yo, I'm over here playing cards, chilling with the fam." You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a lot of players that do that. They love their kids. You know, a lot of them don't want to. You know, it's part of his ego. He love to have the camera, and it's all about him. You know. The thing that's what I don't like about him. He played politics, and he draw people in with his attention. Talking about they spray paint the N word on his garage, and no one ever seen it. He didn't take no pictures of it, but they covered it up even before the cops got there. Really? So it's just, he drums and plays on emotional, social issues when it benefits him. Steph Curry said, we ain't going to the White House. They won the championship. And Steph's like, I'm not going to the White House. He was the first one saying, I'm not going there. LeBron jump in, yeah, we ain't going there. I'm like, dude, you just lost. You wouldn't be going to the White House anyway.
Chill.
That's the stuff I agree with.
On the winning team go to the White House.
Yeah, exactly. But when you go too hard, though, Costino, I be like, damn, man.
Why not?
On,
Why not? They need to put Costino on Undisputed, and he need to just
it'll be
down
over
Shannon Sharp.
It'll be over in one.
And Nick Wright.
Nick Wright.
Chris Broussard, LeBron, Dick Wright, yeah.
Certain dude, bro.
You know what? That's why they be monitoring Carcino's videos. So when we go in on LeBron, they be doing something to the video to make it fuzz up or something. But they know we talking about it.
Certain
yeah, you a hot boy when it comes to LeBron, man. You a hot boy, man. Because YouTube be like, oh, shut it down. 500 people.
Yeah, because LeBron be watching. LeBron, he love to see his name. When he see his name up there, somebody talking about me, what they saying? They hate him. Ronnie gonna be telling him like, man, this dude be going, he be roasting you, Dad.
Hey, hold
everybody
on.
Everybody right now on the chat, they need to look in the camera and be like, LeBron, hey, if you watching LeBron, you the pass, bro. You the pass.
Hey, my top 5 Carcino impersonations. Top 5. They ain't got to be in order. LeBron, Suge, Diddy, and Young Buck. Young Buck's my favorite.
Man, you forgot Tiny and T.I.
And T.I. Yeah. But Young Buck.
Hey, no, I'm gonna tell you the best. I'm gonna tell you the best impersonation Carcino did. Hey, hold up. I'm gonna tell you the funniest impersonation Carcino did. I don't know if he's still beefing with him or whatever, but when he did RB the breakthrough, that was the funniest breakdown I've ever seen. He had him spot on.
Yeah. But no, I respect that. But I think I've only done that one time. Fire with Young Buck.
Yeah, it was one time, but it was a classic. It was like an atom bomb. It just blew everything away, just one time.
Still got me.
Still
my top one, man.
It was like a Whitney Houston record, just one time. That's all you needed.
Yeah, because I'm like, dude, dude, you used to be on my page all the time. What is you? So I knew he was talking about Ticket. He wasn't talking about me. That's what everybody like. No, he wasn't talking about you, Cino. He was talking about Ticket. I'm like, well, he better make it clear who he talking to, because I'm like, he's stealing from me, and I knew what he was doing when he was stealing from me, and then I didn't know what him and Ticket was doing. Ticket was like, yeah, he was stealing from me and this and that. I'm like, I didn't know nothing about it, but I know when he was stealing from me, and I'm like, look, dog. Do your thing your way, but don't steal from me, dog. No, I'm like, right. Go on and do your thing, but
you did it anyway.
Steal it from me.
You did it anyway.
Yeah,
he said, the video's gonna be there. I had to let his people know, and then he tried to act like, because his people was roasting him in the comment section, like, dude, sit over here, man, he roasting you. I'm like, what's up, thief? Like, you gonna keep going?
Reggie White ain't like how you pulled up on him neither, dog.
Oh yeah, you remember that? When I remember that. Yeah, I was on Reggie's chat.
You pulled up on him in his live.
He live on the live. I'm like, dog, you just said it. I just heard you say it right here on the video. What you talking about?
You pulled right up on him. He didn't know it. Yep, he didn't know it.
Like, call in. I'm like, why am I gonna call in? I'm right here. You talking to me right here in the chat. Tell me where I lied at. I want to hear it come out your mouth. I'll call you on the phone and I'll tell you. Tell me where I lied at right now. You lied.
Couldn't do it.
Tell me where I lied at. I never said you lied. I just said you got it wrong. I'm like, well, what's wrong? Tell me. Tell it.
Explain.
Hey, Casino, though, hold on, bro. Hold on, time out. I couldn't stop laughing when the Young Buck story broke and you said the same thing I said. You miles away. You say, that sounds like a man who done got caught. Like, you just went, you know how a man will get in trouble, he over the fences. We can meet up. We can do this and do that. I said, oh, man.
I'm like, man, he's about to hit somebody with the car. The way he driving it with the camera. He driving like
we can do it. We can go there. Let's get like that. Let's go. I was like, oh man.
Well, I mean, I believed him. If I did not see that video, I would have believed him. I was like, man, Buck ain't with no doggone bro. Man, Buck got a video out defending himself. I played the video. Man, first thing about it, man, I ain't shit. I'm like, oh, God damn it, boy.
I said, oh, Casey Smith. I said, case closed. Case closed. He guilty.
God, dog it, Buck.
He guilty.
I'm like, whatever
Buck,
they
one of
say,
my favorite rappers, man. I play Buck 10-10 series every other day. But I can't help him on that one, man. I can't help him on that one.
Had he learned by now, don't talk on the phones? I'm like, he got recorded last time when 50 was on the phone with him. He did. Then first he said he don't know who the tranny is. Man, I don't even know who that is.
I don't know shit.
I don't know who she is. Next thing you know, she got the phone records out. He like, man, look, just delete the video and the money gonna be there.
The money gonna be there.
And the money gonna be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. Just delete the video. You destroying families, man.
With that right there. The money
you destroying families, man.
Yo, Christina,
break down that shoot, man. Break down that shoot.
Yo, Christina.
So we switching lanes. We're going to show, Casino. We're going to show.
No, I just did shit all day for
y'all got to hit the cash app for that.
Yeah.
The money gonna be there. And I'm gonna hit you right now.
Do you think the NBA should start next season?
Somebody always ask me what's my favorite. I'll be like, I don't even know, because I just be going through the person, the whole moments. I like my favorite wrestler was Macho Man, so I used to do the Macho Man all the time. But that was
I just watched this documentary, man. I watched the documentary last night. Dark Side of the Ring with him.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
oh, he just hit up the cash app.
You got to do the impersonation now. He done hit up the cash app.
The money gonna be there.
Oh, it just came through now. Oh, there it is. The money don't be there.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, you was supposed to hit me up. You supposed to hit me up the other year. But my phone, man, remember I tell you I got a new phone, man. It got a security feature where if people call my phone restricted, it automatically disable them, man. When you was trying to call me a little while ago. I like this better though. I like this screen thing better though. We could be with the other fellas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do I learn? I don't know. That's the thing. I never took a class. I never practiced it. Nothing. Like I just started doing it, man. I can hear somebody say something and then I can just do it.
The money
I'm like, I don't even practice at all. Like one take. And I just like, man, I don't even know how I was doing. Dude, like, man, you sound just like that dude. But I did it to my boss, my supervisor. And her voice is unique. And I made fun of her one time, and I'm like, I don't even know how I did it, but it was sounding just like her. And everything she did, well, she did not like that. They wanted me to do it at the Christmas party. I'm like, man, she about to fire me. I mean, her voice is like really weird and unique. She'll talk like, hey, I want you to come down here right now. And I'm very beside myself right now. And I'm like, her voice is really weird. And it sounds exactly like that.
Yeah.
It sounds exactly. It's like real screechy.
Mm.
But Macho Man was I used to do Macho no matter what. My buddy was like, yeah, do the Macho. Call on the phone and do the Macho Man. He was like, hold on. He was calling me on the phone. Man, do Macho Man for my girl. Watch, because we love wrestling, man. Do Macho. Oh, yeah. You thought you were going to get away. Yeah. But yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, man.
You know, you that type of dude be at work, keep everybody cracking in the lunchroom. Supervisor
Man,
break
they love me at work. They love me at work because they be like, man, it was boring until you got it.
We got about Rick James.
In Walmart selling damn satellite dishes, dog. I say, dang, dog, that was some good money because I knew somebody who was in that business.
We got about that Rick James. You got any more Rick James stories, Cino? You gonna
Man, I got plenty of Rick James stories. Y'all been hear about Rick James. The next Rick James story I might do have to be on the Patreon. Rick James left the country.
VIP, baby.
He left the country and got so hot. This dead people showed up. Everything. Rick had to get out the country. Rick did karate. Yeah, some people came up dead. Rick was like, I'm with you, man. And the person he left with ended up getting murdered like 2 days later. Wow.
Hey, what's up with Zion over there, man? What are you doing, G-Money?
Nothing.
You daydreaming?
So, that might have to go on the Patreon.
Wow.
Cause that's a wild one.
Well, when you talked about when he wanted to do a movie, man, I was in here laughing.
Yeah. Rick's at the Purple Rain, and I showed y'all the footage, and you saw the footage where he actually used that's where the line comes from.
Yep.
Help me.
Oh,
you help me. See,
wow.
Rick forgot he couldn't act. He couldn't have pulled off no Purple Rain like Prince did. I'm like, man, but I would have watched that movie, the Rick James movie. Oh, that would have been fine. Starring Rick James.
Me and my brother be talking about that Purple Rain movie, man, when his father be fussing. I'm like, Klansman's a third, boy. That man a trip.
Yeah. I mean,
he can act, though. That's the actor man.
That's how he was in real life. He never gave his son no props on nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Before Prince died, that's what he was talking about in his last performance. He was like, he was like, man, you the best. He's like, yeah, my father was the best pianist and all that. And he was like, he'll never miss a day where he wouldn't tell me he was better than me. Yeah, he's somebody that couldn't let his son be better than him.
Wow, man.
It was Hood Story 56. Oh, my boy with the stinky breath. Oh, yeah, man. He got some type of pyorrhea or whatever that stuff is, man.
Halitosis.
Yeah, it's way past halitosis. That ain't nothing.
I thought he was going to talk about Nut Nut. You heard me, Cino? I thought he was going to talk about Nut Nut.
No.
Man, I ain't just got to pee. I got to do the number 2.
That's crazy, man.
Hey, no, I like Hood Story 57 where Carcino's girlfriend got hit in the head with a hanger, so they thought her family thought Carcino hit her, so her cousins tried to jump him in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Cino ended up putting a pause on him. He beat up her 80-year-old uncle, her 10-year-old nephew. The dog got kicked in the stomach.
It's a family video.
Oh, man.
You see, Cino, everybody can relate to you about something, man.
Man, they had Cino in the basement, blood. They tried to do Cino shady, blood. They turned the TV up and the music up to try to steal on him so nobody upstairs with him getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, see.
They tried to get him old school.
But you know what, though?
Ain't no Cino had them paws, though.
Everybody sitting in this chat room and in your chat box can relate to them stories you done went through. Everybody got a similar situation, man. That's why I relate to you. I got situations that happen not exactly, but the same type of way. Like, dang, this guy telling stories that I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I know that happened to me. That's why I like your content, man.
There's a lot of hood stories we couldn't tell, and a lot of them we had to switch the names up on. Tori LaVille, they thought I was making like $7 million a hood story or something. So they thought
hey man, Tori and LaVille, the best hood stories.
Tori and LaVille, then they came out like, we gonna come up with our YouTube thing, man. Let's go. It's Tori and LaVille. I ain't seen but like 2 videos probably, and then they stopped. They was like, man, I was like, when y'all tried to get in there, I was doing y'all a favor. I was like, I could do hood stories way without y'all. Y'all was a lot of them that were great. But I'm like, dude, I really don't need you. I'm not making no money off no hood stories. I was like, I'm doing that for the fans. Because there's a lot of funny stuff that did happen in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, growing up where you growing up.
It was just funny you telling the story how Tori got his name. His mama had the baby by the dude, and then she found him and said, hey, I named the baby after you. I named him Tori. He like, my name Troy.
Troy, yeah, his name Troy. She ain't know. Troy.
That's effed up, dog.
Yeah, he was like, my name Troy, not Tori.
My favorite hood story is the one where the dude took the gun to school with the lock on it, and you was like, damn, he jumped this fence, and they say, well, I don't know how you jumped that fence. We commend you, but we still got to whoop your ass right there.
It was a bush. The bush was like this. I mean, the bush was like, it was one of them big bushes. I mean, he did like an Olympic style jump. It didn't help him none, but they was impressed that he did the jump. They were like, we got to applaud you, man, for that jump. Now let's take all your stuff out your pockets and beat him down. But my God, it was an amazing jump. I don't know how he made that.
That's crazy, man.
And then Casino said they was out of breath. I was like, all right, man, F it, man. Just give me the gun, man. Give it to you.
Yeah,
like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
He was like, what?
He never told him, man. I was like, why wouldn't you have told him that the thing was locked? He never told him it had a lock on it. Because he would only flash it.
Hey, look at the White Howard guy right here.
I don't know, man. That's a dedicated troll. That troll.
Mm-hmm. That's a troll, man.
It'd be funny to be the
That's like that other dude.
Hey,
man.
I got a question for you.
All right, go ahead. What's your question?
So I started my YouTube channel like a month ago, and I'm making content about Yeah, thank you. I'm making content about self improvement and motivation. So I'm trying to figure out like what is the best way to get not what is the best way to earn like subscribers and views and things of that nature, like organically, not none of that bot paying for views shit. I'm talking about like organically.
I don't even think that
Hard
works
work,
that
bro.
way.
Hard work, dedication.
Stay true.
Hard work. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
Man, you
Casino.
gotta find a famous YouTuber and start a fake beef and put their name in the title and come up with all kind of lies.
Yes, sir.
Everybody
You
gonna
gotta have
come
passion to what you're
on
doing,
you.
man.
Yeah. And then when they find out it's all BS, they're gonna be like, oh, well, I didn't like bro anyway, so I'm gonna just stay over here with you.
right.
That's all you gotta do.
The thing is though, if you want to go in the field that you're
You know
going
what?
in,
Matter of fact, man, I'm doing all this StreamYard paneling. I'm giving y'all game for free. I'm gonna start my own channel, Uncle Frank's channel. I'm gonna school y'all, all my nieces and nephews in the chat.
yeah, yeah. See, what you do is if you want
I'm
to
gonna
grow
have my
your
own
page
little
like
Laker
that,
review. Yeah, when
That's this.
Carcino's done with his, if Carcino ain't watching the game, I'm gonna be doing a live breakdown or something. I'm gonna come hop on here, man. We give
I mean,
Frank's
might as
reviews and
well.
stuff. We just gonna really keep the pressure on
Oh,
LeBron, and
hold
we're
on
gonna be
now.
popping this
Nobody was
mum nap
doing
of
live
champagne all
breakdowns
night
but you,
just
Casino.
for LeBron.
Nobody.
That's it.
You
That's
said
it. That
nobody
Laker
was doing
team.
what?
Nobody was doing live breakdowns but you. Nobody. I ain't seen that nowhere but yours. When you had the camera set up, because you know the algorithm. You had the
Yeah,
camera set up on you watching the games and stuff, and
yeah.
then you break it
Yeah,
down. Ain't
that's
nobody was
solid,
doing
bro.
that
That's
but you.
solid.
And all of a sudden, everybody and their mama got a live breakdown doing the damn game.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
wasn't
gotta have
even
a
getting
point.
flagged like they were at first, because then he started. That's why he started copying the word mine like I was wording it, so he wouldn't get flagged. And I'm like, dude, don't copy off me, and you gonna try to bring heat my way, dude. Look, whatever you doing, find your own niche. Just stop trying
Yeah,
to do yours like mine. Then he
yeah.
realized I already know, because I know people. I already know what kind of guy he is. He's one of those technical guys going to sit there and he working on put the music and all that. I'm like, he won't even be able to keep up with my consistency. So
Yeah.
my consistency would break his neck. He would not even be able to keep up with it. It's too much time consuming for him, because he got to
Hey,
go and edit some videos.
That's the answer to your question right there. Consistent. You got to be consistent on this YouTube stuff, man.
You
If you
gotta
Yeah,
be
don't
that's
consistent
true.
and passionate about your
Well, here's
content.
the thing, though, that's going to grow your page. You have to be surrounded by people who think are in the same group as you, in the same field that you are. As far as all around social media, whatever field you in, know what you're talking about. So when you get in a conversation and engage with those people, believe me, there's some other people that whatever field that you're going in, that they love to debate and want to talk, and then they're gonna be in your comment section. And when you get a comment from them, answer back. Because when I made a YouTube video, it was not for subscribers, it was not for just for some money. I wasn't getting paid a dime at all. I made a video because I was like, I want to say something. I had something to say. And I was like, you want to go boxing? I'm like, well, that's not what happened. This is what happened, and this is what happened, because I was at the fight. I was there. I saw it. I was in the training camp. So I knew a lot more than what other people knew, and nobody was really
Yeah.
talking about it back then.
The crazy thing is, like, what I talk about on my channel, it's people don't want to talk about it. Like, I made a video talking about how clout is damn near a drug nowadays, and it's like everywhere you go, dog. Everywhere you go, young bulls, people, damn shit, people your age, Carcino, motherfuckers doing anything for clout, likes, views, attention. It's like, dog. I'm 21, right? When I was growing up, we went outside, we played, we played Connect Four. It's like nowadays, like, what do y'all do, man?
Yeah, it's a weird time, man. You growing up in the technology age. See, everybody is like, their best friend is on the internet. They ain't never met their best friend in their life. they be like, this is my best friend, man. He's from Canada.
Hilarious.
You know
This is
everything
crazy,
about him,
man.
though. You know everything, know when his birthday is, know everything about him, and ain't never shook his hand a day in their life.
That's what's crazy. And you know what's sad? So, you know what's sad, man? Why is it that so many people feel no bash if any ladies watching this video, I'm not trying to trash y'all, but why is it that there are so many women showing their you know what on social media for what? Like,
It's
think
just
about it, you know.
crazy and unnecessary,
Attention, man.
man. It's really crazy and unnecessary.
Like, because, like, think about it, man. Think about how many dudes would want to wife these shorties if they was keeping what they have on the inside.
Hey,
Privacy.
Well,
Oh my God.
Rest in peace,
they
Black
don't.
Mamba. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm sorry, I accidentally hit that. Here's the answer to your question. The reason why women are doing that because men are clicking on it. People want to see it. It's promoted. It's selling. That's why. If men weren't watching it, men is always gonna want to see naked women. They ain't never gonna, that's never gonna go out of style.
Hell no.
Men gonna want to see that. They know that, but it's about self-worth. A woman
exactly, bro.
can be fully dressed. Woman can still be fine and have on all her clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And we still gonna want that woman. So why do you have to resort to taking off less garments?
Exactly.
Because we pay you to do this. We want you to do that. They promote that, but have you noticed that's promoted more in our community than it is anywhere else?
Come on, man.
Yep.
Little Becky can
Exactly.
go.
I put it to you like this. I put it to you like how my uncle said the other day. My uncle said the black woman's face is on her behind. If she wants to get her face out there, what she got to do? Shake her ass.
Man,
if she want to get her face out there, she got to shake it.
And I'm like, little Becky can come out with a TikTok. And I was watching this on the show, and I'm glad somebody showed it to me on purpose. I was in a doggone store, and they were watching one of those talk shows that I don't even be around to watch. And sure enough, they got all these TikTok teenagers on there making 700, 800,000 a year, and they 16, 15. Little Becky, I just made a TikTok, and I just do my hair like this. They ain't naked, and they getting 7, 6 figures after 6 years.
Like OnlyFans, bro. OnlyFans, dudes were out here paying $20, $25 a month to see somebody toes. Like, come on, y'all tripping, bro.
I mean, that's crazy, but people got fetishes. But I'm saying that they create an avenue to let those people and selected people make the big money, and that's what they're doing. They starting to do that even here. They select who you got. What's that? Logan Paul guy. I'm like, this dude, how he getting all these millions of hits on there? Why you ain't restricting him? Why ain't nobody flagging him?
Yeah, that's just crazy, man.
And these dudes trying to show dead bodies and all that crap.
Like, you know what's crazy?
They reinstated him, and they putting him on doggone boxing programs now, and supposed to be getting money and all this stuff. I'm like, why y'all keep taking the avenue for them to make money? What videos they think that's exciting?
Yeah, it's like YouTube is nothing but entertainment, dog.
But Carsino, you if you look at your page right now and go to the settings and the views, you got over hundreds of millions of views. But you only got like less than 200,000 subscribers, so that means it's a fixed fight. It's rigged.
Yeah, algorithm.
PewDiePie got the most doggone subscribers on YouTube, and his content sucks. You got at least some good clarity in content. You can't even get over 250,000 damn subscribers, man.
Nope.
That's crazy.
I'm not going to pay for it. And that's the thing is that I was headed up that way, and they put the brakes on all of it.
Yeah, they did.
They put the brakes on it. And once they did, because I was making too much noise, and they said, "Oh, we can't have that.
We can't have that.
Oh, we can't have that."
We can't have that mean.
And now that you got Leo Cohen, and now they've turned to YouTube Music. Now it's like a whole different playground, because now if you say anything about an artist now and you ain't kissing their butt, here comes the flags, here come all
the
this
algorithms and all that.
Yeah, the algorithm sometimes jammed up, and it's like, oh, we're sorry, it's just jamming the algorithm. You know,
that's funny. That's funny, man.
Going back to what you said though, Sino, you know, black men and women were queens, but black men and women were kings and queens before we were slaves. Like the wealthiest person in the history.
Not all of us, but majority of us, yes.
Yeah.
But not all of us.
You know,
and that's what black people got to understand, is that not all of us that were brought in here in slavery were kings and queens.
Right.
So I'm just like letting you know. Some of them were they don't have that built in their system of royalty and honor or pride. A lot of them know servitude. So you see a lot of them house Negroes. Yo, man, I don't know what you disturbing the boat for, man. I've been going down their family ancestry for years.
Steven from Django.
Like the wealthiest person, the wealthiest person in the history of mankind was a black man. His name is King Mansa Musa, bro.
What's up?
Right, we know Mansa Musa, but hey, to take it back to slavery and stuff, the problem I have, like, okay, we just had February the other month ago, Black History Month. Yeah. They always start with slavery for Black History Month and then go on. My problem with that is because black people, we the oldest people on the planet. That's like talking about a man that's 100 years old, but you want to start at age 90 when he home. No, this man had a life before that. He, had a family, served in the war. There was all these things that this man did before he was 90 years old. And that's what they do to black people. They always start our history at slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Of course,
so
yeah, think about it.
Not to say, I kind of agree with what Carcino said earlier, but we all do. If you black, you melanated, you do come from a royal family. You part of the royal melanated family, but you just over time have degenerated and disintegrated so far that it doesn't, that's not even, it's not even a part of your aura and your family and your bloodline. And you've been a nigga for so long, you just gonna keep reproducing that. Whereas some of us, you know what I'm saying, we manifest that divine kingship. You know what I'm saying? We reactivating, you know what I'm saying? We rejubilating and going back to the Godhead. It's only in certain people though.
The reason why the good and the positive and the ancient power isn't presented to us is because, think about it, if we're being perceived as, if we're being treated as kings and queens now from when we were born to now, getting older, we're gonna say fuck white, we're gonna say fuck the law, fuck what y'all talking about, we taking over, so you gotta keep people, you gotta keep a certain race of people's self-esteem so low that they think, oh, I'm just an N-word. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what it is, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you keep them in a mind state of not wanting to. They're okay with mediocrity. They're okay with just staying where they are. Just
a 9 to 5, facts,
right? Work that 9 to 5. That's who they want. They want to promote that guy. They want that guy. They don't want the guy that's thinking,
they don't want
like,
the next Malcolm X.
What you got, and I don't have to be associated with you to get it. See, that's the problem. They don't want that thinker. They don't want the independent thinker. Anybody who was independently thinking of bringing the brothers up and like we can make it together, just the brothers not dealing with you, they were assassinated.
Right, but it's like they're doing everything. They tell us that black is ugly and white is the standard and all this, but they're doing everything they can to make themselves look black. Like, look at Kim Kardashian. She's trying to make herself look black. They, white women getting dreadlocks, they getting all these lip surgeries, butt surgeries. So it's like when you put down the people that you really trying to take from, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell them that what they have is really cool and that you want it. You have to put them down and make them think what they have isn't good enough. Meanwhile, you're trying to take what we do have and take it for yourself, for your benefit.
There's a reason why MLK is.
I gotta, if you got something cool, I gotta act like, oh, what you got, that ain't good enough. But really, all the time, I'm trying to covet it and I'm trying to possess it. But I gotta act like what you have isn't good enough when really what you have is everything they ever wanted.
There's a reason why MLK.
They ain't gonna tell you this on TV.
There's a reason why, bro. There's a reason.
Hey, hold up. But speaking of good brothers, I see Christian Edwards done hopped on the panel. What's up with you, man?
What's up, man? What's good?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
There's a reason why MLK's birthday is celebrated. There's a reason why MLK is a day, but Malcolm X doesn't. There's a reason. So I agree with you, bro.
Well, so you got to look at it like this, and this is what I always say: they're not going to go past slavery because then they have to. There's a lot of explaining they have to do.
That's what.
Yesterday we had a whole discussion about. They was like, man, they can't give us our reparations. I'm like, you never gonna get that. I'm like,
you gotta demand it. You gotta demand it. Don't ask. What you asking for, bro? Like, you gotta demand it.
I mean,
hold up. My thing with the reparations is in order to receive reparations, the Jews got reparations after the Holocaust. The Japanese got reparations after they were taken out of the encampments. Black people, we still getting murdered. We still getting beat up. We still getting dogs put on us. We still getting socked in the head. What do you want reparations for? For something that's still going on, that's still occurring.
Right.
Reparations for what? You still getting the gun down in the street. You still not getting no justice. You still getting a foot up your behind, and you talking about reparations for what? For something that ain't stopping.
Like, so the thing about it is, dog, instead of asking for reparations, you got to think about it. If you get murdered, harassed, and just treated like you know what, if all you're doing is holding up a sign, you're gonna continue to get treated like you know what. So if you're not scared, if you got the heart of a lion, it's time to pull a Nat Turner. It's about that time, dog. You know what I mean?
I mean, here's the thing: it's not even about that. It's the fact that the main problem is they destroyed the brotherhood. We were almost better off in the '80s because we were more unified in the '80s than we are
crack
now.
game, you know.
Individually.
We were better off under Jim Crow, to be honest with you. Before integration, black, we had our own, we still had a collective sovereignty. Our test scores were higher in America. We did better under Jim Crow than we doing now. Keep it 100.
I mean, educational wise, we preached family. It was more families in there, family dinners, mothers, fathers. People they grew up with entrepreneur dreams to actually go out and own something for themselves. Each guy knew how to, without even basically just going to regular grammar school, they knew how to do electricians. Everybody knew how to fix a car. Everybody knew how to do about 5-6 different jobs.
And think about it, when you watch TV, back then when you watched TV, you were looking up to and you were looking at Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, MLK, not fucking Usher and fucking LeBron. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, that's who they want you to.
What happens, Cino?
They hit the kill switch on Cino.
They cut them off.
Wow. Oh man, you can spit that game for us again, man.
No, for real, man. I think a lot of it is a lot of my.
Okay,
there you go.
Come back.
Go ahead, pick up where you left off at. You were finna spit that game.
Hold on, let Christian Edwards build one time.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, man, I was about to say, man, a lot of it is like, because I'm 21, you know, and I was talking to my grandparents about things, and they would talk to me about, you know, I was telling them that, you know, their kids, which is my parents, they failed us because we are the generation that they raised, you know what I'm saying, and they failed us, and it starts with them because my grandparents' generation tried to teach them, and they wasn't listening. And I feel like that's a lot of the problem right there is that they created a lot of this and they could have prevented most of it. But, you know, when they wanted to do what they wanted to do and go wild, you know, here's the results.
I really think social media.
I agree with you 100% because. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was about to say, I really think social media has destroyed a whole lot of positivity going on in this generation. Because I'm 21 too. When I was growing up, I'm 21. Like I said, when I was growing up, we went outside, played football, basketball, Connect Four, I Declare War, Sorry, Trouble. As soon as I went to 8th grade, everybody and their mother had a smartphone. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. It's like zombies walking around with phones in their hands.
The Walking Dead, no cap.
Yeah. They're walking right with it at the time.
I mean,
I'm 41.
But you gotta look at it. This is how they came up with a plan to keep everybody divided. We owned property. Everybody knew how to fix things back where they were from. Okay, wait. Somebody got some music coming in?
What was that?
Tripping, cuz.
Who was that with some music? Okay, there.
All right. What did they say?
I might be Zion.
See, like I told you, back then, we all knew how to fix things. We knew how to repair because I used to ask my grandfather, I'm like, how you know how to do everything? You the electrician, you the plumber, you the paint, you know how to, he's like, man, we had to. He said, we had to. That's what he's like, we weren't going to make it. We knew we couldn't get no help from, see, they already knew what they were up against. What they were up against was right in their face. So they already knew what the obstacles was. And we were kids. We didn't know why we couldn't go in certain hotels. We never knew it. They just like, look, we couldn't stay here. We slept in the car. We didn't stop at certain restaurants to eat. We always packed the food on the road. You know, that's how the families used to do and stay united and close and bond. They weren't finna get them the money. So what they do is they want you to be separated because they know as much as you separated, you're gonna think what the program wants you to do. They want you
Right.
to be an athlete. They don't want you to be
Right.
that.
Right.
They don't want you to be that doctor. They're not going to promote that to you. You're
Mhm.
going to see LeBron James. Be like LeBron. Go to high school and want to go to, and you could be successful. They teach you football, sports, everything, athletics. But what happened to those guys who go to college and be on the basketball team at Duke? Those white guys who don't go to the NBA. What happened to them?
They get their degrees.
Yeah, they get degrees and they go and get jobs and they got money.
They become
They
Rob
got more
Palinka
money
and all
than
them
the guy that went
fools.
to the league.
And
see it
see,
every day at work.
and the reason why the athletes are promoted is, even though the athletes are making millions, guess what? They're making billions for the teams they're working for. That's so you still so even when you're an athlete, you're still working for somebody. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
exactly.
Dropping the bucket.
Yeah, so
my grandfather, dropping the bucket.
Yeah, athletes trying to help their families out. So yeah.
Right, and that's why the whole market value of everything is being deteriorized.
Well, the
in this
overall
project.
bigger picture with that, let's keep it 100. They don't want a black man to be able to control his destiny and his fate on this planet.
Thank you, sir.
It's not feasible for them to help the black man. So that's why I'm saying reparations is like we was having this discussion yesterday with Dom is Live. And I was like, man, he called me out the blue. Me and him talked for like 2 hours. But the thing is, though, with reparations, you're not. It's like, what would they give it to you for? The Jews got $12 billion for 20 years, and that's just how they rounded it out. 20 years of the Holocaust, $12 billion.
Never ending.
Yeah. So how much would we get? $1 trillion?
Right, we well in the trillions. We probably in quintuple trillion,
quadruple trillion.
Oh my God!
Hey, cut them off again.
We far past that because it's not just the government who owes us. You know what I'm saying? The government owes us, Hollywood owes us, the NBA owes us, the NFL owes us, every industry, the industry owes us. Straight up and down.
Yep. We started it all. We started it all. We the reason why it exists. Everything exists. We did it.
Yeah, America wouldn't be America without black people.
And still to this day, we're in this technology world. The black man invented the cell phone, the computer, the traffic light, everything.
Yeah.
Remote control.
But they stole it and they put their name on it, and that's it. We can't.
Hey man, all I got.
But when you talk about it, they don't want to hear
man
it.
can be destroyed by man. So.
But here's the thing: we all know this, and believe me, everybody that look like us know this.
Yep.
Why won't they get together and do anything together? Do you know why?
Too many people
they're programmed. They are programmed. It's people cannot. You would be surprised how many people don't go against the status quo. Television does not promote it. So if television does not show you a promising light, if you don't see family, and that's why these things are called TV programs. They call programs for a reason. They program your mind. You don't know it. Like your brain ain't gonna tell you. Like, okay, we got programmed. You don't even know. You programmed to hear a song on the radio because you see it on TV. They test these theories out in labs, so they know it works.
Man, that's what's crazy, man. Television tell lies to your vision, guys. No cap.
Right. If you don't see yourself, you see yourself in movies only as the prostitute, only as the stripper, only as the girl who's shaking her butt. You think that's where you're supposed to be. You think that's making it. You like, man, look, she in that video working. Look at it. I'm gonna get my butt done.
That's why all these female rappers are doing what they're doing, man. It's crazy.
That's why they do. That's why they don't mind twerking on camera.
Like, bro, one of the best female rappers is Rhapsody, but she's not getting promoted, bro. Come on.
Yeah, she is the best. She's one of the best. Like,
that's real. I agree with that.
No Name is better, though.
She is one of the best.
I say No Name is a little nicer than
No Name too. I gave her a shout out too. No Name.
Yeah.
She had
like,
a nice
bro,
eye.
Cardi,
I like Rhapsody.
Yeah.
She was a little
come
nicer.
on, it's crazy, dog. But you gotta understand, like Hollywood, everything is controlled. Hollywood, fucking athletes, sports, all of this stuff is controlled, dog. So you're not gonna see, or you're not gonna get what you want to get, because if you, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well, that's the truth. That's the truth of it. They don't want you to own anything or think an entrepreneur. Like, If you want to own something, you got to go through them. Look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z thinks everybody thinks Jay-Z own all this and this and that. He's owned by Live Nation. Those guys, they own everything. Jay-Z's a partner with them. They are wealthy. Jay-Z is just rich. And believe he ain't got it like everybody think he got it. He just got power because he's attached to them. And but I'm like,
I mean, look at the Donald Sterling Magic Johnson situation. Magic Johnson got like what, $300 million. Every black man in this chat right now would be like, man, I would love to have $300 million. Donald Sterling told that girl, he was like, what you taking a picture with a minority? Minor. He's still minor to him. He's still a black man. You know what I'm saying? Even with $300 million.
There was stuff that was missed in that conversation that they never played. They never play you the full thing of it. So I had to go and get it, and then he wanted to flag it once they heard it. And he said, "There's in that same conversation with her, he breaks down black Jews versus the Jewish people. He was like, they're the original Jews, and he's like, the black Jews, they're the real Jews." He's like, and they're over there in there. He's like, you should see how we treat them.
Well, we know that because there's no migration pattern. When you study migration patterns of the world, there is no migration pattern of any Jews leaving Israel going into Europe. All these Jews are European. There's no migration pattern of any Jews going into Europe. So, you know, I don't want to set off the algorithm because I know Leor is listening and all that, but we all know who the true and living is. And we all know who, that's why the Bible says those who call themselves Jews and are not Jews and are of the synagogue of Satan. That's all I'm going to say on it.
There it is.
Yeah. I mean, they knew they was. I mean, they got the knowledge from when they was in the caves getting taught, when Abraham was, teaching them in the caves and all that. But they know that most of them came from, they migrated down and they came from, Romania. Most of them came over there. That's what they call themselves, Romanian Jews. But it's like, dude, you're not the real descendants of Israel.
Yeah.
Right. So we all know that.
They were taught the Kabbalah in like the 14th, 15th century. They were taught that a couple hundred years ago.
Yep. I mean, they learned the Judean teachings, and then what they did is try to change it into their own religion and call it Judaism. And I'm like, Judaism? What in the world?
Right, what is that?
Oh, they took the Judean teachings and just took what they like out of it, and then left the stuff out that didn't fit with them.
Right.
Just like every other religion. So it's just
but then they go by other scriptures like the Talmud that says it's okay for them to lay down with little boys, that says it's okay, you know what I'm saying, to sacrifice people if need be. That's all I'm gonna get into that, but
yeah, man, that's crazy.